This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-HOLES, 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 MMA-HOLES. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-HOLES, 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 MMA-HOLES.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, UFC Fight Night Recap. The Paisano gets the win. Big knockout in the co-main. What the hell? Mayweather versus Paul. Let's talk about with the MMA Holes. Yeah. All right. Yes. Our intro was a little low in the beginning, but who cares? I hope everyone is wonderful. This is the MMA Holes Hour. What episode are we on? Let's see.
154.
Wonderful 5-4.
Wonderful.
JBH, how are you tonight?
Wonderful, Moss. How are you?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful as well. Look at that wonderful thumbnail. You see that man flying and floating through the air. Oh, man, he is here. He is here. He is undefeated. We'll discuss that man who looks like he's just soaring, gliding. It's well.
Чудесно.
All right, JBH, how you doing? What do we want to start with tonight on a Monday night?
I would like to start with the Floyd Mayweather thing. I did want to say, well, actually, you know what? I'll say it afterwards. So we'll start with Floyd Mayweather.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. According to ESPN's Ben Baby.
Yes.
Yes, that is the name of the
Wonderful.
ESPN writer. His name is Ben Baby.
Ben Baby. Okay.
Yes, according to him, Floyd Mayweather is heading back to the ring, sort of. The retired former boxing champion will wear gloves again on February 20th for an exhibition match against YouTube personality Logan Paul. Mayweather announced on his Instagram account on Sunday. Did you see the Instagram post, Moss?
Oh, I think I did, actually.
You did.
Yeah, it's their faces.
Yes. According to the event's webpage, the bout will be streamed as a pay-per-view. The first 1 million buys will cost $24, with the price increasing after that threshold is surpassed or the date gets closer. The price jumps to $69.99 starting February 11th, which is roughly $5 cheaper than the price for Saturday's bout between unified welterweight champ Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia. Mayweather and Paul are no strangers to this type of event. Mayweather retired in 2017 after stopping former UFC champ Conor McGregor, which was McGregor's boxing bout debut, was sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and allowed Mayweather to close his official record at 50-0 with 27 knockouts. Mayweather also fought kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa on New Year's Eve in 2018 in an exhibition and reportedly netted him $9 million.
The Maverick.
Yes. In November 2019, Paul fought another YouTube personality named KSI in a 6-round bout sanctioned by the Nevada Athletic Commission and promoted a matchroom boxing. KSI won in a split decision. Logan Paul, the brother of Jake Paul, who most recently knocked out former NBA player Nate Robinson on the undercard of the Mike Tyson-Roy Jones Jr. exhibition. Jake Paul officially has a 2-0 record with 2 knockouts.
That's some wonderful order.
Wonderful.
All right, let's talk about this. Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. It is completely ridiculous. It's completely, it's a joke.
Yes?
But, and I said it on Twitter, I'm going to contribute to this joke. Now, I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view. I'm just going to go out there and say that. I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view. Looking at what they are doing with this pay-per-view, though, I think it's very smart, and this might be the future of buying big events. Well, or I can't say big, spectacles. Whatever you want, a circus events,
Exhibition.
whatever you want to call this thing. I like the idea if you buy it now and you have no idea who else is on the card, it's only $24. Very, very smart in the age of streaming,
Yes.
in the age of pirating, because at $24, some people out there will be like, well, you know what? It's only $24.
I would get it for $24.
You know, I don't have to worry about looking on the web. Not like it's very hard to do, but looking on the web and you know, finding it, and what if my stream is buffering and yada yada. $24. By the time the event comes, I'm not even going to remember that.
Yes.
So it's really smart what they're doing with pay-per-view buys, and this thing is going to break some records, especially if they put his knucklehead brother on the co-main event. Doesn't really matter who that guy fights, apparently. People are going to watch. Floyd Mayweather, you know people are going to watch. This is going to break every friggin' record out there, and it's insane. It is absolutely insane that this thing is happening.
Do you think this will do better than Conor Mayweather?
Yes.
What?
I do.
Get out of here.
Yep.
I don't believe it.
And it's going to be an exhibition event, which is kind of nuts. Here's the thing. You look at Logan Paul, right? And the guy's got a massive following. He has a bigger following than Conor McGregor. Let's be serious here. The guy, I don't know how, because I barely know who the guy is, but I know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Kids are the
Children,
Yeah.
women,
The future.
gay men. I don't know. Whoever watches Logan Paul, if you were to ask me, what does Logan Paul do? I would say, well, he's a YouTuber. What does he do on YouTube? Finds dead bodies. That's the extent I know about Logan Paul. Other than that, I have no clue who the man is.
I'm gonna go out and say that Conor McGregor does better than this.
I don't think so.
This will do well, but I don't think they're gonna sell nearly as much as the Conor McGregor fight. Honestly, Conor McGregor markets himself way differently, and he has that combat sports fan base that Logan Paul doesn't have.
Conor McGregor is the greatest MMA fighter when it comes to marketing. Yes, Conor McGregor has shown some crazy numbers, but dance partners have helped, and Floyd Mayweather was a helpful has a helpful hand in his success. If you think of the Diaz fight, Diaz, the way he came into that fight helped tremendously on selling that McGregor fight out there. Khabib Nurmagomedov was a big help with Conor McGregor. Yes, Conor's a big draw, does need a little bit of a dance partner. Now you have Floyd Mayweather and arguably one of the biggest YouTube
You have to remember,
personalities.
though, even though Logan Paul has a huge YouTube personality, a lot of his demographic are children, and these children do not have the money to just go out and buy a $64 pay-per-view. They don't have the money, and their parents aren't going to do it for them. Their parents are going. If my kid came up to me, if Ellie came up to me and said, "Mom, can I buy this pay-per-view of this YouTuber I really like for $65?" I'd be like, "Fuck no!"
It doesn't matter.
Go work and get the $65. Then yeah, you can.
It's
buy
not
it.
65. It's
no,
20-something bucks.
It's 25 for the first million buys.
Yeah. And
after that, it's 65.
a million buys is what the Mike Tyson pay-per-view got overall. Think about this.
No, not Mike. I'm talking about Mayweather Conor.
No. Think about this. Mike Tyson's event, a million buys, it got overall.
Regardless,
This is the first million buys is $25 or something like that, right? So think about it.
Okay.
If they get to a million buys before the event even gets there, and then you have all the spontaneous people on top of it, I mean, we're talking mega bucks, mega buys.
I understand.
And the co-main event, if it's Jake Paul, think about this. If it's Jake Paul as the co-main event who knocks out a nobody Nate Robinson, I mean, why did they fight again? I have no idea. You could literally put anyone against Jake Paul, but what if they do this? They put someone that is more interesting than Nate Robinson. Think about this.
Like who?
Doesn't matter. Even if it's a Dylan Dennis, even though he is a nobody, he's still a MMA fighter. You understand what I'm saying? Jake Paul's biggest test to date. You know, like stupid shit like that they're going to promote. Nate Robinson is a joke when it comes to boxing. But what if they put someone in there that some people are saying, well, he really might have a chance at beating Jake Paul. And now you have that 1-2 punch. The buy, it's just ridiculous.
Stop it.
The money is so ridiculous.
Listen, I am with you that it's going to do great. I am not with you that it's going to do better than the Conor one. I don't. Listen, I feel, and that was you have to remember too. That was Mayweather's 50-0 fight, like the big 50-0. Like this isn't he doesn't have that to ride off of to market this time around. So, and everyone thought that after that last one he was done. So this time it's not. It's going to be more what can Logan Paul sell, not what can Mayweather sell.
A 200-pound, 25. How old's Logan Paul? I don't even fucking know.
I don't know.
25-year-old male versus a 41-year-old 150-pound, 5'8", 7. How tall is Floyd Mayweather? I don't even know.
Mayweather is
like, think about this. It's literally a David and Goliath, but David is way better than Goliath. It's a complete circus. Now, yes, they're probably gonna have gigantic gloves.
5'8".
5'8" versus 6'2".
6'2", yep.
25 years old is the 6'2" kid. 25 against a 40-something. Like, Mayweather's almost double his age. And think about this. It's a circus. It's a car crash. Okay. I can't even believe that this is... I mean, you know what I can believe? I can believe this. The thing that I am curious about is... what will Mayweather do now? Like, how is he going to what are the rules going to be? This is exhibition, so no matter what, Mayweather doesn't really lose.
Yep.
Keep in mind, the last exhibition fight, he destroyed that little Asian boy, the little kickboxing boy.
Given that it is an exhibition bout, and the state commissions, all of the state commissions, California, Nevada, all of them, they're like really knuckling down on the rules lately, especially with this whole COVID thing, and I can't understand why. So I have a feeling this is not going to be standard boxing rules. I think it's going to be maybe not as severe as the Mike Tyson fight, but they're definitely going to soften the blow a little bit.
Remember,
with this fight,
Mayweather knocked out his last opponent in a quote-unquote exhibition fight.
But was that where was that
He made him cry.
Where did it take place?
In China or some shit, or Japan? I don't fucking know.
I'm talking about the commissions here in the States putting padding on the rules lately. You saw it with the Mike Tyson thing. They're going to do it again for sure.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Logan Paul's audience is suburban white kids. They're 100% going to buy this card. They have their parents' credit card info saved.
This is true. What do you think about that, Jess?
I do agree that the more spoiled or affluent children are going to have no problem getting their hands on this fight. I'm talking about the kids. You have to remember, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they both reach out to a demographic, or a wide demographic of children, not just like the spoiled, bratty, rich kids, right? Of course, that's going to be in any child demographic, but it's not the only thing.
$25.
There's going to be a lot of parents, and I can tell you, I would be one of them, who are going to tell their children, fuck no, I'm not wasting my money on that.
If Mike Tyson, who is pushing 60 years old and granted a legend, versus Roy Jones and Jake Paul as the co-main event versus Nate Robinson makes $1 million on an exhibition fight, main event, okay? $1 million. And this is without this $25 now and $30 then, and like the lead up gets a little bit higher. Like, you can get this for dirt cheap. I'm curious to know how much they sold already on this. You know, I mean, this is gonna break records. It's a smart.
It's open right now, right? The purchasing is open now.
That's what we were just talking about. Yeah. Right now, you could buy the event for like 20. What is it? You just read it. $24.
No, I read that they're selling the event for the first 1 million buys. I don't know when they starting to sell.
You can buy it right now. You can buy it. Not like I'm gonna do that, but I'm just saying you can buy it right now. Is this? Let's see if there's sound on this thing. Whoa! The sound on it. Yeah, you could buy it right now. Jesse, quick.
Let's buy it.
Get my credit card and let's buy it.
Well, we're gonna watch it. You might as well buy it now for $24. I'm not spending $65 on that shit.
There you go. See what I'm saying? First of all, we're not buying it regardless. But there you go. Did you see your logic right there? Well, if it's $24.99, let's buy it right now. Boom! They got you. That's what I'm saying. They are going to sell a boatload of pay-per-views.
Listen, I never said you were wrong. All I'm saying is it's not going to do as well as Conor. That's all.
Now, the question is this, okay? I can't believe we're talking about this. Like the more I think about it, I believe this is happening. It's 2020, right? Floyd Mayweather's looking to get a big payday. He's a smart businessman. He's going to do everything he can to make this favor him. But when you initially look at it and you see a 6'2", 200-pound man versus a elderly man my age, and that is elderly.
You're not elderly.
I am elderly, Jesse.
Will you stop talking like that?
I'm an elderly man.
It's getting under my skin now. I don't like it.
She took a picture of me on the couch today. I was on the phone, and I looked like I was melting on the couch.
No,
I looked like
didn't.
a Hershey's Kiss.
He's so full of shit.
A white chocolate Hershey's Kiss.
No, you didn't.
With hair on it.
No, you didn't.
So it's fascinating. Like, when you just think about it, you're like, A YouTube guy, he doesn't even have a professional win, fighting arguably the greatest of all time. He is a massive human being versus little Floyd. Yeah, I want to watch. Now, the question is, who wins?
Floyd, of course. Listen, Logan Paul, these Paul brothers, I know people are saying, oh, they're good boxers. They're actually better than you think, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I'm sure, and I'm sure they're improving, but Floyd Mayweather's he's the GOAT, dude. When it comes to this boxing shit, like, this guy has so much fucking experience under his belt, and for anyone to even put in the possible idea that Logan Paul is going to win this fight, is to me, completely ignorant.
Well, Jesse.
Don't say it. Don't say I don't want to fucking hear it, man.
You ready for this?
I don't want to.
You ready for this, Jesse?
I'm tuning you out, Moss.
According to our audience, and I put one over here.
Why?
I was trolling. 24%, and I have to vote.
What is wrong with the 24%?
I have to vote in order to see it. So, even if I'll put Floyd because I believe Floyd's going to win. 24% of our audience thinks Logan Paul is going to win this fight.
Oh, you guys are fucked up.
Out of 612. Now, you have to take probably 10, 15% of that as trolling, or it should be 24% trolling.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone actually believes?
Yes, I do. I do believe. I think people believe that for sure. 100%. Look what happened with the whole.
24%.
Yeah.
Should it be like 2%? Right?
I 100% think that this 24% believe, or some of the 24% actually believe Logan Paul will get the upper hand in this fight.
No, we didn't really ask a question here. We just went but they kind of got the gist.
We put question marks at the end of it.
Well, who they like better, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But according to this 24%, Logan Paul says Logan Paul will defeat Floyd Mayweather. Now, I asked the chat, what do you think?
Now, you're one of the 24%, or you were one of the 24%.
No, I just did it to see the poll.
0.0% says 2 joints. Uncle Shep says no KOs probably. Shoe Nice never know these days. Christopher Smith, exhibition equals WWE.
Well, the WWE took a poke too. Did you see that?
Yeah, they said something about this is no longer the most ridiculous fight for Floyd Mayweather or something.
Yeah, let me go to the Twitter. It's actually pretty funny.
The Twitter.
Let's see. Let's go to WWE. Well, I saw it on a news thing. Why they got all these like half-naked girls? It's actually smart marketing by WWE.
What? No, I think people post
this guy?
pictures of themselves and then tag WWE.
Who's this? New York grind never stops, Jesse.
Trinidad.
Okay, where the hell is it? I don't fucking know. Anyway, they posted something. I guess the Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather was a thing. And they said it's no longer the biggest circus fight or something like that. It's kind of crazy. I do see some people say you never know, like the Shoe Nice guy says you never know.
They do know. You do know in this one, my friend.
I see bare knuckle in the chat. Should I say it? Should I say it?
No, not yet. Moss, give time. Give time.
No, let me just say.
Give time because you don't know what's going on.
Let me just say something here. David Feldman, if you don't return our text message, I'm giving you until tomorrow afternoon. If you do not return our text message, we're going to unleash the hounds. David Feldman, return our text message. Thank you.
Okay.
Just make sure you guys clip that and send that to David Feldman. Check your phone, David Feldman. I don't like to be blown off. Okay. Sorry. I had to get that out here. Anyway, Jesse, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You got to admit you're a little excited.
So,
you're a little excited. You're a little excited.
I'm on the same train as you. I'm contributing to the problem. I think it's absolutely fucking ridiculous, but I am 100% going to watch.
Okay. And we will react to it February 20th. Wait, February 20th? That's right around the corner, Jesse.
I'll be 7 months pregnant by then.
Think about this. Fuck the pregnancy, Jesse. Think about this. Hold on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
John Jones.
Would you rather
Overrated.
have sex with Big Country or fight Francis Ngannou to the death?
Ooh.
BTW, Logan Paul is gonna lose by death in the 3rd round. All the fans of the Pauls are rich white suburban kids, so $64 is a trip to Baskin Robbins for them.
That's true.
I would rather have sex with Big Country because at least I know I can get it over with quick, and I'd rather not fight Francis Ngannou to the death, knowing full well that I'll never exist for the rest of my life.
Well, listen.
Moss, just have sex with Big
Yeah, why
Country.
would we fight Francis to the death? That would...
Like, if it wasn't to the death, then I would fight Francis.
Yeah.
But
Can we just fight him? I'll just get knocked out and forget it. All right. I guess I'm fucking Big Country, too.
Mike, was it Ann's birthday yesterday?
Was it? Was it Ann's birthday? I don't know. We must. Yeah, but Justin, you got to fight him to the death.
Yeah.
So you end up dying.
Yeah.
You'd rather die than have sex with Big Country?
Yeah, I'd rather have sex with Big Country.
I mean, let's all have sex with Big
I mean,
Country.
don't you want to cuddle those rolls, Moss? The little fluff?
No, I don't, but I don't want to die. Well, some people would rather die than have sex with a man. Me? I'll take the man. I like living. I mean, listen, does anyone have to know? Like, do I have to tell anyone that I fucked Big Country?
No, there was no...
It could be a secret?
There was no
All right,
rules.
Let's go, Big Country. Let's get it on, buddy. I must live. I must live for the fate of this show. All right, so February. So think about this. January, the return of Conor McGregor. February, Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul. We have our main channel back at the end of this month. The explosion of the MMA holes
Yes.
is inevitable. That's why David Feldman, you should return the call.
Enough, Moss.
You should return our
Jesus.
text now before we don't text you anymore. I don't know what I just did there. Anyway, yeah, imagine 1-2 punch, January, February. 2021's looking pretty good. I know
far.
It's a circus. I know it's crazy. Now the question is this: February 20th, 2021. Does the UFC avoid it at all costs, or did they say, "Fook that, we're going against you"?
Listen, look what they did with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., and that was a big one. So no, UFC does not give a fuck. Dana White can't be pushed around. Like it's very clear. Like he'll just run off and go watch the boxing match while his event is going on. Like no fucks given. This
so
guy,
you're saying to me,
if there's an event scheduled for that around that time, then yes, he will schedule it at the
you're
same time.
saying to me,
Oh, my alarm! I gotta go. I gotta go rinse the Drano. I'll be right back.
she's saying to me that Dana White is going to have an event the same night, February 20th. That would be suicide. I mean, we're talking. Listen, I understand if you don't, if you think this is a crazy circus, I'm with you. Might want to avoid this weekend, or have an event earlier in the day or something like that where people can watch both. I think that would be my advice to you, because let's be serious here. I know it is not a serious fight, but this is something that the world is going to pay attention to, whether they like it or not. It's going to be like a rape, it's going to be, it's just basically you're just going to have to deal with the rape, and that's it. Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Yes, that is actually happening. Yeah, that's going to go down. All right, so anyway, let's move on from this and get to the real stuff. A goat milk is coming to an end in our Pick'em League, so good luck to the remaining players in our league, as Wicked World is still in the lead. We're doing a fight reaction to this week's weekend's fights, excuse me. Take a peek at the card, and we're going to discuss what happened the previous weekend. Hermanson versus Vettori. Vettori, Italiano, looking pretty good as gets the win over the Joker. I just want to take a peek at Saturday's event because I never looked at it. Oh, it's the pay-per-view. Oh, Figueiredo versus Moreno, and the return of El Cucuy versus Oliveira. Hells to the IZZY. Yeah, I said that, yes. Okay, how many people are buying this event? That's a question. I'm curious, chat. How many of you are actually going to dig into the pockets and use our promo code and buy the event? Be honest. I'm not going to shame you. Jacare on the card. By the way, I put a tweet out. Look at this. Follow Mystic Boss, for God's sakes. Actually, I don't even give a shit if you follow me, to be honest. Look at this. Look at this. A fun fact, guys. Yoel Romero is cut. We all know this. But his last 3 wins, Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman, and Jacare Souza, are still employed by the UFC. Let that sink into your heads. Does that make any freaking sense? Dana White's argument was Yoel Romero won one of his last 5 fights. But let's be serious here. How the hell is Chris Weidman, Jacare, and Luke Rockhold still have a job? 60 people are getting cut. Oh, that's what I wanted to put on the thumbnail. I knew I forgot something. I think Jesse has a story on it, but 60 people are going to get cut. So we could speculate in the chat when that story comes. Who will be those people? I'm feeling Mike Perry's on the chopping block. All right, let's look at this thing. Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira. Moicano versus Fiziev. Holland versus Souza. So right there, the top 4 are pretty good fights. Tell you what, this flyweight fight I'm actually pretty excited about. Figueiredo bouncing back very quickly, turning around, breaking records. And then you got Dos Santos versus Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my Lord. Someone's getting killed here. Okay. Not a bad main card. A card, like, it looked like they were ending the year kind of weak. Not looking too shabby right now. Andrea Lee versus Gillian Robertson. She's back. That's Justin Jr.'s chick. Cub Swanson versus Daniel Pineda. That's right. Cub's still playing. Mackenzie Dern versus Gilbert Melendez. Gavin Tucker versus Billy Quarantillo. This fight got scratched, right? And what, didn't another fight get scratched on this card? I know Tisha and Hill. I think Hill's got the Rona. Who was the other fight? Do you know, Jess?
What are we talking about?
Oh, shit. Yo, Li Jiang Li is back. I'm a big fan of the Chinaman.
You are?
Yeah, I like him.
Since when?
What do you mean? Since he fought in China, and I did that stream, it was like 2 years ago, when it was like 3 in the morning, and I was like, oh, gee, Ling Jiang Li, yeah, baby, I'm so tired, I need breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, since when? You don't remember this kid?
I do remember him. I
Kid's an animal.
didn't know you were a fan.
Although he's disappointed me a couple times. But I'm still a fan of him. He's fun to watch. And he's got a really stupid face. I think it's a really good card. Honestly, I think it's... And Chase Hooper's back. Mini Ben Askren. He kind of shit the bed in his last fight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I'm curious as to how many people are buying a pay-per-view. I think it's pretty well-rounded, this card. Not bad. Not a terrible card. All right, chat. Are you buying the pay-per-view? Yes or no? No! No!
Mario Frias says stupid. Hill got COVID. Yes, she did. Mario says Floyd is just jealous of Tyson wants in on the action. It's the 60%. It's the 60 people getting cut. Exactly what Bellator needs to build views and gain viewers. Absolutely. Cool Gamer says, do you have UFC Fight Pass? I'm 9 years old. I'm Irish. Let's go McGregor.
Are you really 9 years old? You might be our youngest viewer.
Moss, you don't believe that.
Yeah, I think you're 9 years old.
Depends on how many fights. Not for 8 fights, says Uncle Shep. Kevin says, I'll send you 55 instead. Timothy Umana says no. Deacon says only 10 fights now for 256.
Yeah, who else got pulled?
So I know Li Jingliang is out.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I just went on this whole fucking thing saying I'm excited to see him fight.
Okay, look.
Did you not hear that?
I'll pull it up for you.
So why did you let me go on that whole thing?
Oh, no. I let you go on the whole thing about you being a fan of him. I didn't know you were talking about who got canceled.
So, wow. What a way to let me down, Jess.
Hold on. I'll pull it up for you.
What? Oh, my God. Son of a bitch. He's really off?
I believe so. Hold on. UFC 256.
That's a bummer. I went on a whole thing how I like this guy.
Hold on, I'll pull it up for you.
My little Chinaman.
Also,
my poor little Chinaman's not fighting.
Angela Hill is out due to the coronavirus.
I said that.
Hold on.
Well, hopefully this thing doesn't completely fall apart. No one on the main card, though, right?
Hold on.
All right, who cares? We'll figure it out as we go along. It's not really. I mean,
Dwight Grant is the one who tested positive for the Jing Liang fight. By the way.
Oh, of course it's not Jing. Yeah. Because Liang is that. You see this guy's face? This guy's face isn't. Dwight Grant looks like a guy that can catch the coronavirus. Li Jingliang, no way. That face, it bounces right off that face. That mug, no way. Impossible. Yeah. All right. Anyway, okay.
And Jillian Robertson.
Let's get into the news, Jessica.
Okay. So the UFC released Rachel Ostovich in the wake of 3 straight losses. Now, uncalled for, Moss.
Did I use that soundbite wrong?
According to Nolan King and Mike Bone of MMA Junkie, Rachel Ostovich has been cut from the UFC.
By the way, Jillian's off too, according to.
That's what I just said.
Justin.
I said Jillian Robertson. Oh.
I heard you say.
I said and Jillian Robertson, and then you said let's get into the news.
Oh, okay. I tuned out.
Okay, no worries.
Justin's the real news guy, you know.
I mean, I did say it, but whatever. All right, Rachel Ostovich.
Justin, read us the news. Imagine we should do one show, just one show. You're the news person for sure, but we should do one show where you and me kick our feet up in the air, and we have Justin read the news. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you guys say, Justin? You in? One show. We'll pick the day.
Never mind, because
Justin reads the news.
I would say yes, but then I remembered he breathes into the fucking phone.
That's what I want, though. I want that.
I do get annoyed with that a little bit.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna lie.
He's good, man.
Like, he's a cool dude, but
he's done.
The breathing, like, control the
That's
breathing.
What I want breathing. I want the vacuum in the background. I want the whole deal.
You guys know, Rachel Ostovich got cut. Yep.
That's what we want.
I don't know if I could do it, Moss.
What do you mean? Justin's in. All right. Justin, we got you, buddy.
All right.
We're going to do this.
All right. The promotion has released the women's flyweight fighter following three consecutive losses. The most recent coming on November 28th to Gina Mazzani. Two people with knowledge of the situation informed MMA Junkie of the parting of ways Monday, but asked to remain anonymous. Ostovich is one of a handful of fighters to receive walking papers in recent weeks. This past Saturday, UFC President Dana White estimated the promotion is looking to cut approximately 6 people on the roster.
60
on the roster by year end. Ostovich is what?
There are 60 likes, and you said 60 people.
Yes.
What's the odds of that happening?
Oh God, I just don't know.
What the fuck is that? 60. That's creepy. I got a creepy story for you too. It's not really. It's weird. All right, good. Back into this. Sorry. 60. That's a lot of people, by the way. A lot of podcasts coming out.
In
Wonderful.
Crazy HD.
Imagine what Till would have done to Hermanson after seeing how many straight lefts Vettori landed. Lol. Vettori out-grappled Hermanson too, which was crazy to see. Everyone Hermanson tried to get it down, he ended up on bottom. Vettori a beast. Flex biceps. Fire.
Hermanson even broke a toe in that fight, Moss.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Crazy HD. Appreciate that.
He broke a toe.
I'm going to have to say this. Hermanson beats Till. Yeah.
Nah, I disagree.
Yep. Yeah, Hermanson would probably twist Till's head off. Vettori would run Till straight over.
Yes, 100%.
Right?
Yes.
That's why that fight, and Vettori wasn't able to finish Hermanson. Hermanson lasted over there. He got beat up pretty good, but lasted. Vettori almost went the distance with Izzy, and I don't think Till would stand a chance against Izzy. So,
Izzy would destroy Till for sure.
Till's not, to me, a top 5 middleweight. He's not.
You know what happened? It's exactly what you said, Moss. You had predicted that he was getting pushed up too fast, and you were right. He got pushed up so fast by the UFC, and then the UFC had to stop, put the brakes on, and say, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this guy's not all we thought he was. And he just embarrassed himself leading into those fights. And
well, he's fighting in a weight class where he was draining himself to make weight. And now at middleweight,
so now everyone doubts him.
Yeah, I feel like Till is going to be like a Kelvin Gastelum, where once in a blue moon he'll look pretty good. I mean, the guy got flatlined by Masvidal.
I would say I would argue Gastelum looks good more often than Till.
Till got flatlined by Masvidal, like dead. Masvidal. Now Masvidal is powerful, but so if Masvidal could do this, you don't think these big boys in middleweight are going to just run him over?
At a healthier weight, I don't think so.
Time for Rachel to go to OnlyFans. She'd make more there than her actually fighting career.
Yeah, that sounds like a viable option, right? Or, although, I think if she wants to get beat up a little bit more, bare knuckle is perfect. With Paige over there,
yes,
you lock those two up.
That is extremely marketable right there.
David Feldman, just return the text that we sent.
We can help you.
Yeah, we'll match the fights up. We'll tell you who to sign. Just look at your phone and return our text. Mr. Feldman. Anyway, so you shocked about this, Rachel?
Not really. I mean, especially after her last performance, I was even saying like it was just such a shitty performance, you know. And listen, it doesn't surprise me. We knew Dana White was gonna, with as many people as he was accepting from the Contender Series, we knew he was gonna make some big cuts, and it did not surprise me at all that Rachel Ostovich was one of them.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nicole.
Hello, JB to the H.
Hi.
How are you this fine evening?
Wonderful, wonderful. How
Oh
are you?
yeah, hello, hurt Nicole's feeling moss. Can't believe you took those beautiful chimes apart. Ha ha ha, JK, hope you are all wonderful, wonderful.
You
Wonderful,
hurt her
wonderful.
feelings, Moss.
I had fun doing it.
You took the chimes apart.
We threw apart.
I kept your
Wonderful.
chimes together, Nicole.
You are probably right. Till doesn't have the ground game that Vettori has. He would have probably gotten caught in some sub.
Yeah.
Vettori may very well be the second best middleweight currently.
Yeah, he's great.
Vettori destroys Paulo.
Yes.
I want Vettori versus Whittaker.
Yeah,
So evenly
That
matched.
would be.
that's a great fight.
But remember, like I said, like when I was saying on Saturday night about Whittaker having the number one contender spot right now, you know, and Whittaker maybe wanting to wait until he has Adesanya instead of risking it with Vettori. It would make for a good fight, that's for sure. But I don't know if Whittaker would risk it.
Can't sleep on Vettori anymore. The guy's on a 4-fight win streak now. He beat the Joker, looked very dominant in the fight. Very aggressive, never backs down, has the takedown defense, pretty much has all the tools to get it done. You do have Izzy up top. You do have Izzy locked up at another weight class right now. So where do you put Vettori? Vettori calls out Costa. That's who I was yelling about. I'd like to see Costa as well. But you do have Robert Whittaker sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's going to be 2 fights before we even get Izzy back in the game. So Robert Whittaker likes to play video games. Costa versus Vettori. The winner of that fights Bobby Knuckles for Izzy's hand in title
I don't
fight.
think that's gonna happen, Moss. It is a good lineup and it makes sense. It's just like you said, Whittaker likes to play video games, and honestly, I see him staying ready for Adesanya and not accepting a fight. Why would he risk that? You know, like that is a risk for Whittaker to fight Vettori. Like that's a risk for Whittaker.
Now, we can say that Whittaker looked a little bit better, not really, but a little bit better than Costa. Costa fighting Adesanya, that was really embarrassing. Like, really. I know Robert Whittaker got knocked out, but at least Robert Whittaker made it exciting. Like, he was bringing it.
Yeah.
Not very smart the way it went down, but still, he was ready for a fight. Costa, on the other hand, was very, like, he's standoffish.
Yes.
So he should be punished for this. So maybe Whittaker, if he's ready to roll, Whittaker-Vettori is the fight to make. I just think that Robert Whittaker's probably not going to take a fight like that until he knows for sure the next fight is Adesanya. I think Robert Whittaker really wants that fight, and what he did with Cannonier was very impressive. Why take a gamble, you know? So maybe he's going to wait for Vettori to dance with Costa and then say, okay, I'll take that next dance.
No, I think what's going to happen is Vittori's going to take the dance with Costa, like you said. But by that point, whether there's injuries or whatever is going to determine how long Vittori's even out until he can fight again. In that time, I believe Izzy will have already fought Jan. Whittaker will fight Izzy for the belt, and then Vettori will fight the winner of them.
So you really think Izzy's going to fight Jan Blachowicz in March?
And then come back.
And then turn it back around quick?
Yeah, Izzy's been pretty good at turning his fights around, so I have no reason to believe he wouldn't do something like that.
You figure if Costa Vettori fights, when can you make that? You can
say you made that in spring.
March.
And then, but you have to take into account, if they get injured, they have up to 180-day suspension, depending on the injury. So if they get injured and they're out for a while, then they're going to need a new training camp to fight their next opponent.
Here's what's going to happen. Izzy is supposed to fight Blachowicz in March, right?
Well, they say early spring. They didn't have a date.
All right, so say it's in March, and say Costa versus Vettori's on the same card. You know, if Vettori runs over Costa, it looks amazing.
I could even see.
You know, Vettori's going to get the rematch.
I could even see the UFC throwing Vettori Costa together early summer, because then that gives Izzy time to turn it around and fight Whittaker, and then Vettori, who wins against Costa, fights the winner of Whittaker Adesanya.
Well,
in winter.
Yeah, it's not a layup on who gets Adesanya when he comes back. It's not, there's just too much could happen in between. Injuries and matchups and fights, whatever. There's a good chance that Vettori gets a Costa fight in between. Or if Robert Whittaker's like, nah, I want to stay active, let's go. He fights.
I don't see him risking it. That's
but
the only thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah. I say Whittaker will fight. Izzy will fight Jan, turn it around, fight Whittaker. Vettori will fight Costa, and then Vettori will win against Costa and fight the winner of Whittaker Adesanya.
We have to get Izzy versus Jan quick. I mean, we can't wait much longer. We need answers here. Or there's going to be like a vacated weird belt. And it's going to get all screwy at middleweight. And I hope that doesn't happen because he claims he wants to go back and defend. It seems like that's the deal. I also think, too, that if Adesanya beats Jan Blachowicz, he might be like, I don't mind this weight class. Or
he will mind that weight class.
But I'm saying, no, he's sitting there. He's like, well, double champ, let's get paid and try to work out a triple champ thing.
He could do that. However, people are going to get on him about defending at middleweight very quick after he wins that light heavy belt.
I might make a prediction here.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've said it before, but I might have to go for this. All right, I'm going to say it.
Welcome to the mystical room. Israel Adesanya will fight.
Fuck! You should have paused it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I feel like Whittaker versus Vettori is almost a guaranteed 5-round war, unless Whittaker's chin doesn't show up to the fight.
Exactly.
I don't know who the favorite would be, almost a pick-em fight. Funny how Romero is out and in comes a new beast in Vettori lol.
It's like new life, like rebirth in a different soul.
It is.
Welcome to the mystical room. Thank you, Crazy HD Video, for that donation. Israel Adesanya will beat Jan Blachowicz and then move up to become a triple champion, which leaves the middleweight division hanging.
Hanging with the boys!
That's not happening.
Excuse me.
That's not happening.
It's my moment.
That's ridiculous.
Triple champion. The reason why I'm saying this, Adesanya already beat everyone over there. Vettori, Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa. There is no incentives for him to go back down and defend his belt. Triple champ, money will talk.
Moss, that's fucking ridiculous. And
Why?
the incentive would be
Why is it ridiculous?
defender gets stripped.
Why is it ridiculous? Why? You want to make money, right? You want to have legacy. 3 belts. 3! How many fighters? Triple champs. How many? Name them. Name them. Name them.
You can't.
You can't. But you may in 2021.
God. You're like really stretching now. First we're talking about, you know, what's going to happen with Vettori moving up to middleweight and Jan going to light heavy. And now you're like going on a major stretch. We haven't even seen how Izzy does at light heavy in MMA. Everyone's like, oh, Izzy fought at heavyweight before, but he was doing that for kickboxing. This is a whole different thing.
A clear path for him, right? John Jones is not at light heavyweight anymore. Blachowicz is there. Not like Blachowicz is a layup. I'm not saying, oh my God, Izzy is just going to run him over. But all things point to Izzy winning this fight, okay?
Okay.
He wins this belt. Now he's sitting there and like,
he still has to defend both belts.
Why? Why?
What do you mean why? He'll get stripped.
So who cares? He gets stripped. It doesn't matter.
Then what was the point?
That's what happened to John Jones. Gladly just let his belt go. Izzy will be like this. Brother, you could have my belt. I don't know how does Izzy talk?
No, do you
John? No,
do you Izzy?
I don't know. I don't know how to do Izzy. He could just say, just take my belt. Have it. I'm going up to heavyweight. I am going to be the first ever triple champion. And not only is he going to be a triple champ, he does it at middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight. Incredibly impressive.
Listen.
And no one could hang their hat on that.
Listen to me. I am in no way saying that that's not a good idea. Of course that's a good idea. And like you said, money talks. It's a great marketing move. 100% is a great idea. But I don't think Izzy would look at that situation and be like, oh, that'll be easy for me.
He would be. It's not easy. No.
But the point is, Moss, you're talking about putting him at risk already at light heavyweight. Now you're saying, oh, and then he's going to move up to heavyweight and fight the champion there. Not
It
knowing
makes
who the champ is
so
gonna be when
much
he goes up there.
sense. It makes so much
I
sense.
told you they were moving back to Arizona because JBH was pregnant. I bet you guys are getting these idiots to buy your baby gifts. JBH, do you look down on Christopher because he's unable to provide for his own child? Time to get a job, Christopher.
Ooh, one bad.
Man.
You must have missed the show a couple nights ago.
No, he watches every show. So, one bad. Listen, I have to say this. You actually bought diapers for a baby that didn't even exist.
True.
So,
Yeah.
you're a
And
trendsetter.
you just gave us $2.
Yeah, you bought diapers.
So-
We actually put a little thing up here for you, and you bought diapers for a baby that wasn't even here yet. I don't know.
And he's calling everyone else idiots.
Yeah, I think.
But you just gave us $2. So does
That
that
was-
make you an idiot? Or
Yeah, man, that was a fail, man. It's a fail. Now get back to your food stamps. All right. Anyway, middleweight, the job is done. Okay, the job is done. He did what he had to do.
Whittaker
he
wants
literally beat the
one
top
fight.
3.
Whittaker wants one fight.
What do you mean Whittaker wants? What does that mean?
Izzy versus Whittaker rematch. Has to happen.
Why does that have to happen?
Well, I would like to see it happen.
The Vettori fight has to happen because that was at least a split decision. That has to happen, right?
Vettori did say that it was kind of bullshit that Adesanya was moving up, and because it kind of like jeopardizes his ability to fight him. anytime
Vettori
soon.
has every chance to be a champion because Adesanya will vacate the middle.
I don't think he will.
Vacate the middleweight belt. I'm
No,
telling
I
you.
don't think he will. No, I don't think he will. I think he'll defend. He'll go back down and defend. If he is, let's say your theory is right, which
It
is
is.
so fucking preposterous.
Box me.
But let's
Box
say he does become a
right
triple
here.
champ.
I got a box in my hand, Jesse.
I see him.
I'm right here.
All right, I hear you already. Jesus, we know you're outside of the box.
I'm right here. This is the box.
I do see, like, say he was holding 3 belts. Like I said, extremely ridiculous. But if he was holding 3 belts, I do see him trying to find a way to defend in each division. I don't know how the fuck he's going to do it. But Adesanya doesn't strike me as the type of person who would just vacate a belt.
You're
so
in
he can
La
get
La
another.
Land. My man, Israel Adesanya, he is not stupid, right? He comes across as stupid, but he's not. He's an intelligent man, and this man understands that, hey, he has a chance to be double champ. If the situation presents itself for him to jump up to heavyweight, it would be a complete no-brainer for, I mean, as an MMA fighter, the window is small. And remember this, Adesanya's what, 32, 33? Is he 32?
32, I think.
Yeah. So it's not like Adesanya's in his mid-20s. You know, he came in the game a little later. So why not take every opportunity to do these things, you know?
I mean, he's not old, Moss.
It's right there. I'm not saying he's old. He's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
Why not go for the gold? Go for 3 golds. It makes total sense. Now, if the middleweight division was sitting there and it was a bunch of guys he didn't fight, like hungry guys, what if this person fight Izzy? What if that person fought Izzy? What if this? We can't even say that. We already saw those guys fight him. We saw Vettori. We saw Whittaker. We saw Costa. We saw him. We saw them all. There's no questions anymore.
Yeah.
Then we can say, oh, what happens in the rematch? We could say that. But money talks and legacy. Very important. Let's see what the chat says.
Let's see. Could you imagine Izzy versus Ngannou? Says Cayman Ryder. Heavy Microgrow says the margin of success narrows the more he moves up. Cayman Ryder says because Ngannou would probably be champ by then. David Eilis says Ngannou versus Adesanya time. And we know who the diapers are for, says Two Joints. Izzy would get slept. Cayman says Deacon. Kevin says Adesanya talk him down, or talk will be done when Jan is done with him.
Super chat.
Yo, that's a 1999 super chat. Yo,
So
what
that
up?
one bad.
Wonderful,
Is
wonderful.
it
You're
Tsunami?
amazing. Tsunami.
Wow, thank you for that. That was really nice.
He gave us the
Appreciate
You're
that.
Amazing sticker.
What an amazing human being you are. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That was absolutely generous and wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Man, one band must be like, oh my God. No. One band's like, no.
Wait, Moss, you forgot
Back to crocheting.
the lotion.
Huh?
He has the lotion and his hand's occupied as he's doing that. Cayman says Izzy would probably beat Greg Hardy. David says Izzy would absolutely lose to Motivated McGregor. What's with this Motivated McGregor shit, Moss? Look what you got them on.
That's right, Motivated McGregor. But listen, no McGregor. The only McGregor that we'll speak of, January, McGregor Poirier. February, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. 1-2 punch over there. Pay-per-views going crazy. Views galore. We're going to have parties in the beginning of 2021. Get rid of 2020. Everyone wants it gone. Corona Shimona virus. Shimona virus. My Corona Shimona virus. Get out of here. We're going to 2021 now. Even if the vaccine's not ready, even if we still got the freaking masks on, we're still getting Jake Paul versus Mayweather. Next story, please, Jesse. Please help me.
Okay. Next story over here. We have, according to Bloody Elbows, Milan Ordonez. I think that's how you pronounce the writer's name.
Yeah?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, come on.
Dana White explains Yoel Romero's release and promises 60 more cuts for 2020. Now, we already slightly went over the 60 more cuts thing. But in regards to Yoel Romero's release, which is unfortunate, he said, we're going to go through some serious cuts here at the end of the year. Probably going to have 60 cuts coming up before the first of the year. And Yoel has lost 4 of his last 5 fights. He's 44 years old. Our roster is very inflated right now. So we're going to have some big cuts coming before the end of the year. You're going to see a lot of names going here in the next several weeks. In August, White already stated that the more fighters they sign through the Contender Series would mean more roster cuts are coming. It's all a numbers game, he said, adding that the company can only have so many fighters under contract since they're obliged to give each one up to 3 fights per year.
It's crazy, man. When the coronavirus is going, Dana White was like, no one's going to get cut. We're going to keep it going and this and that. And now here we are at the end of the year, and there's no choice. They have no choice but to let some people go. You never want to hear about people lose their jobs, especially one bad. Like, the poor guy hasn't worked in 20 years. But seriously, people losing their jobs is not a good thing. It's a terrible thing. So I'm hoping that maybe that was an embellished number. It's an inflated number.
Wonderful.
Realistically, it's probably not.
Hermanson may be the new gatekeeper of 185. Like once you beat him is when you get to the top of the division. I feel like he may always be a top 5 fighter but nothing more. He is great and all, but his chin seems like a weakness. I think Paulo would TKO him.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
New gatekeeper of 185.
It's crazy, man. Hermanson had a lot of promise, but yeah, from what we've seen, he's good. Not good enough. Not good enough. And he's what? He's in his lower 30s as well. Who knows? Maybe he can revamp and retool. He's a tough guy, but not good enough. So you look at the rankings over here, and the question is, who are the fighters going to be? They're going to be cut. The good news, Jesse, about this is there's going to be an influx in podcasts.
What?
And gamers.
By fighters and stuff like that? Yeah.
There's going to be a gazillion podcasts.
They're already doing that.
Yeah. And a million gamers.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Max Holloway gets cut?
Blessed? Ooh. Let's ask him. Hold on. Let's see, where's Max? Maxie boy, where'd you go? Max, you
Top
gonna
right.
get cut, man? You gonna cut? We hope you're not.
Let me put my mouth on my face. A second. Hold on a second. Let me put my mouth to fit on my face. Okay. I have my mouth on my face. There it is, Jesse. Okay.
Hey, Max, welcome to the show. With people getting cut in the UFC 60, you are arguably one of the greatest 145ers of all time. Are you on the chopping block?
It is what it is, man.
Jesse, you have any questions for Max?
Are you?
It is what it is.
Are you gonna lose your next fight, given that you lost your last 2? You lost your last 2.
Oh, I won my last fight.
Yeah.
I won my last fight, Jesse.
Okay. Are you gonna lose the next one?
Of course not. I'm gonna lose my. Well, no, because I'm gonna play video games and I may go to Bellator or something.
Okay.
Ooh, this stretch feels good. Play with Call of Duty, with my pigeon friends, with little Max Blessed. It is what it is.
Little blessed. Oh yeah. You're you're engaged now. So does that mean that that's going to affect your performance in any way?
Oh, yeah, now I'm all locked up now. You know, the first wife was a whale cut. You know, the first wife was a whale cut.
Wait, isn't the one you're engaged to the mother of your child?
Yeah, she gave me the baby. It was nice, but she's like real cut, smelly pussy.
What?
Really smelly pussy.
Wait, can you repeat that? I didn't hear what you said.
I tell you what, that pussy stink like shit.
But you had a child with that pussy.
It's what it is, Jesse.
Oh, okay. I don't know what kind of logic that is.
I don't know. It just ain't what it is, so I left her. I got some belts and I got some money. I give her money too, so she's good to go.
And you love her stinky pussy.
It smelled pretty bad. I had to put that.
I can't.
Well,
okay, I gotta go now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, thank you, Max. All right.
You're on such a roll.
You think he's gonna get cut? It's not a bit.
No, I was just wondering because, he hasn't been very active, and then the fight with Volkanovski, the 2 fights with Volkanovski, like, I didn't know if Dana White is cutting like big names simply because they're losing a fight or because they're not active. I don't think he's gonna get cut, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It is a name that you think, holy shit, that might be a guy. Like, It's weird. Like, you don't want to see him cut, but it would be a guy that I wouldn't be surprised for some reason. I know, it's strange. Anyway, we gotta start the clock. Here we go. Yes! Now it's time to be a hero. Save the show. Whatever donation comes in, we'll extend it that much time. $5, 5 minutes, $10, 10 minutes, $20, 20 minutes. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll get wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, Jesse, give me another story over here. As hopefully we'll get some saves tonight. Fingers crossed, Jesse. Fingers crossed. All righty. We retired the Stipe impersonation, and Max took over.
Yeah.
Alrighty, what do we have here? Vettori.
Yeah, so as we were discussing, Marvin Vettori said, fuck Paulo Costa, I want that fight against UFC champ Israel Adesanya right now. So this is according to Damon Martins of MMA Fighting. You were discussing Marvin Vettori fights Paulo Costa, then goes for the belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marvin Vettori says, fuck Paulo Costa. He just wants to go straight to Israel Adesanya.
Well, I mean, that's a smart thing to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who the hell says, hey, I want to fight Paulo Costa? Like, no one wants to say that, right? Who wants to fight Paulo Costa? No.
Well, this is exactly what he said. He said, to be honest with you, before I called out Boratina, but fuck Boratina, he just came out of a crazy loss. Why would I even fight him? I want to go straight to the title. I'll be really honest. I like that fight, but I feel top 5, there's no opposition. There's no real opposition. So he's saying the top 5 people in the current rankings of that division, no competition for him.
Well, I mean, I can't argue with him. I can't argue. The guy's good. He's good. Whitaker is a tough matchup. Whitaker is a very tough matchup for him. I think I would go with Whitaker over Vettori. I really do. I don't know why, but I know why. I'm a Whitaker fan.
He doesn't want him.
But it doesn't matter what he wants. It doesn't matter. By the way,
he doesn't want any top 5. He just wants Adesanya.
I do want him to win, Vettori, because Vettori is a paisan, for the
Italian.
Italiano, come si dice?
Cannoli.
Yeah, che cosa fate per oggi?
Spaghetti. Ooh.
What do you mean, ooh?
Ooh, very nice.
Let's get out of here. I don't know. I would like to see an Italian champ. Why not? A paisan with the belt. I would like to see that. That'd be wonderful, wonderful. I don't know. I mean, maybe if Izzy does vacate, like we said, and moves up and plays around with all those other belts, maybe Vettori will be our paisan,
Yeah. Spaghetti.
Yeah. 2 minutes and 18 seconds for a save. We might get the first no save in a long time. Let's see if we have any heroes tonight.
Would you believe it?
Oh, well, we'll see. All right, next story.
All right. According to Mike Heck of MMA Fighting, Brandon Moreno plans to take everything from Deiveson Figueiredo and put it in his hands at UFC 256.
You know what? Instead of talking about UFC 256, let's run over here in case we don't get a save. We didn't get a chance to talk about Mr. Splitsville. All right?
Oh, yes.
We got to talk about Mr.
Levitt.
Jordan Levitt, okay? Because you love it at Levitt. And by the way, Jamal Hill, kid had a fantastical knockout. In fact, we should probably reach out to him. He doesn't really have many followers on Twitter. We probably could get him on. Jamal Hill, maybe Justin had him on. We'll contact Justin, our agent. See if we can get in with Jamal Hill. He'd be a good interview. But Jordan Levitt getting the job done, and holy smokes, picks up Wyman, slams him onto the mat and says good night, does a magical twirl and spin in the middle of the octagon, and it was just so beautiful. Tongue out, the whole deal. This kid looks like he's going to be someone to look out for. Jordan Levitt, the Monkey King. We said after the Ultimate Fighter, the Contender Series, I was like, wow, I can't wait for this guy to fight again. I can't wait. And what happens? He goes in there and he delivers. Now he beats a guy a little long in the tooth, but it is 1 minute left in the save, Jesse. Is there a hero out there? We're going to find out.
Hero.
Rip me a story.
Rip you a story?
Rip me a story.
According to Mike Heck of MMA Fighting, after stopping Brandon Royval in the first round of UFC 255, Brandon Moreno was as surprised as everyone else, and that his next fight, a shot at a UFC world title, was already on the books before the night ended. Moreno challenges Deiveson Figueiredo for the flyweight title in the main event of UFC 256.
Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on. That's a 9 save.
Beat everybody.
Oh, shit. That's a save.
I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm
Uncle
gonna
Champ.
finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Thank you, Uncle Champ.
Smash everybody.
Save.
Thank you so much. We'll go 9 more minutes. The time is up. All right, 9 more minutes on the clock. What we'll do is we'll rattle through the stories. We'll get the Fook out of here. Thank you so much, Uncle Champ, and everyone who joined us tonight. We appreciate your company, and you are all wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right.
Wonderful.
9 on the clock. Let's rattle through the stories here. Moreno versus Figueiredo is exciting to me. I like it. I really do like it. It's a spicy flyweight division. I'm pumped up to see how this goes down. Do you think Anu or Still?
I'm gonna say Anu Mas.
Anu. Okay.
Anu, I'm gonna go.
Do you think because of the quick turnaround?
Well, I can't tell if it's a bias or not because I do like Moreno a lot. And I would very much like to see him win. I think he might have what it takes.
Okay. Listen, after his last fight, I have to say, pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. All right. Did we say what we had to say in this thing, or?
Jordan Levitt is next, reflecting on the slam knockout of Matt Wyman at UFC Vegas 16, saying, I was hoping to hurt him. According to Stephen Morocco of MMA Fighting, Jordan Levitt's slam knockout of Matt Wyman was the first of his career, over 11 professional fights and amateur fights. Quite a way to get started. It's not the first time Levitt has tried the move. Usually, though, training partners or opponents try to avoid it. No one wants to have their head driven into the mat at a high rate of speed. Just to make sure Wyman couldn't escape, Levitt used his forearm to frame and trap his opponent's head so the full force of the move was actualized. It was a scary moment for the audience and Levitt, who was seen on camera offering his respect to Wyman's wife and corner. He gave Wyman space to recover after the knockout, which left the UFC veteran on the canvas for several tense moments. No part of the move was illegal, but Levitt saw an opportunity after Wyman left open a takedown opportunity and then pulled guard. Unable to decide whether to put his feet on the canvas or hold on, Wyman chose the latter and paid dearly. UFC President Dana White later said Wyman had been checked out and is not seriously injured. Levitt went from fighting back the urge to talk to Wyman, whom he watched as a teenager, to feeling bad for the damage wrought and also excited for the results.
I like this kid. I know he's a little flamboyant, but who cares? He's funny. Guy is funny, and the way he slammed him down, it was just like everything stopped. We were like, wait, hold on a second. Is this guy dead? He's fine. All right. Fantastic.
What I like is that that was an intended move. We thought that he just happenstance got knocked out on that slam.
Well, the way he threw him down, I mean, that was malicious.
Yeah.
Like he was going for it.
Yeah. According to Farrah Hannon of the Blue Corner MMA Junkie,
Marilyn Manson, yes.
UFC star Masvidal is set to appear on an MTV Cribs episode.
Next, okay. Is that show even on?
I guess it is. He posted on Twitter that he's expecting.
Is he fighting Colby? What's going on here? I mean, I see all the buzz that they're fighting in February or some shit. I want to talk about that. I don't care about his crib.
Sean O'Malley claims Thomas Almeida declined his UFC 258 fight, according to Alexander K. Lee of MMA Fighting. O'Malley hopes to return to action sometime this February, even if a fan-friendly matchup at UFC 258 is no longer in the cards. Speaking on the Sugar Show, O'Malley touched on a number of topics, including his plans to compete at the upcoming February 13th pay-per-view against veteran Thomas Almeida. O'Malley claims that the bout was in the works, but that Almeida was the one who declined.
I did see he put a video out on YouTube with his daughter, very brown daughter. Like way too brown.
Well, his girl is brown.
I know, Jesse, but he may not be the father. There was some speculation in the chat. Might have to jump on with him.
Stop it.
It's okay, though.
He said, so we're still looking, but that's who I was planning on fighting. I never announced it because obviously it wasn't official, and it's not going to be official. That fight's not happening. Still looking, but I plan on fighting in February.
You got to get back in there, man.
Well, he can't if his opponents are turning down fights.
Find someone. Find someone, please, because we can't have that taste in our mouth of you getting dragged out of the octagon.
According to Alexander K. Lee of MMA Fighting, Misha Cirkunov versus Ryan Spann is off of UFC Vegas 17. An injury has forced Misha Cirkunov out of his next fight. Cirkunov was scheduled to fight Ryan Spann in a light heavyweight bout at UFC Vegas 17 on December 19th, but officials announced Friday that the bout has been postponed following an initial report by TSN. This was to be Cirkunov's first fight of 2020 in his most recent outing in September of last year. He defeated Jimmy Crute in the first round via Peruvian necktie submission. Cirkunov has won 2 of his last 3 fights, and his UFC record stands at 6-3.
Let's hope that the coronavirus doesn't dismantle this card. Knock on wood. I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view. Hopefully it stays intact for the most part because it looks like it could be a pretty fun one.
Absolutely. Francis Ngannou has been frustrated.
I was on Angela Hill. What the hell? You had Cirkunov?
Oh, yeah. No, I skipped that because we already talked about Angela Hill.
Shit. I'm sorry. That's not Cirkunov, by the way. It looks a little bit different. Yeah. That's
God.
Cirkunov. This is not... just in case you were wondering. Yeah.
Francis Ngannou has been frustrated, struggling to find motivation while still waiting for Stipe Miocic and his title shot, according to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting. After running through Jairzinho Rozenstruik in just 20 seconds in May, Francis Ngannou never imagined that 7 months later he'd still be waiting for word on his next fight. The undisputed #1 contender in the heavyweight division knew there would be an initial delay with the trilogy already planned between current champ Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier.
I feel for him, man.
Yeah.
I really feel for Francis. He's just getting the shaft.
Miocic eventually dispatched Cormier by unanimous decision in August, and Ngannou started to get excited about a return to action before the end of the year. But then the 34-year-old knockout artist got word that Miocic wasn't going to be ready to compete again in 2020. Since that time, Ngannou has been told that he'll fight for heavyweight gold in the first quarter of 2021, but without a contract in his hands, it's tough to know what exactly is guaranteed to happen next.
Yeah.
While Ngannou was somewhat sympathetic to Miocic and Cormier wanting to settle their business, it was the timeliness of the trilogy that became harder and harder to deal with. After Cormier won the first fight, he did return to action 4 months later to dispatch Derek Lewis, but then the rematch with Miocic didn't happen until August 2019. Miocic won that fight, but he had to deal with an eye injury suffered during the battle with Cormier that kept him sidelined for several months. Then the coronavirus hit, and with the gyms closed for several weeks in Ohio, coupled with Miocic's other occupations as a first responder, he wasn't able to book a third fight with Cormier until August. Of course, no one could predict the injuries and outside issues causing delays, but for Ngannou, as a clear-cut #1 contender in the division, he's grown tired of waiting, and Ngannou's overall inactivity has definitely played a part in his growing discontent.
I wish, like, the next UFC fight, you just, like, Francis comes in there and just, like, during the pay-per-view, like, the main event's happening with Figueiredo and Moreno, and Francis comes in there and flips the octagon over. It's like, fight! I want fight! And then smashes Figueiredo onto the mat, eats Moreno, and just takes Dana White's head off, starts dribbling it all over the place. I dribbled Dana White's head. Give me fight! Just completely loses his mind, you know?
Do you think that Francis Ngannou will break eventually?
Yeah, he's going to lose his shit, man. He's going to rip down, he's going to burn down the facility. He's going to go nuts.
Ma, seriously. Like, do you think he's eventually, like, actually going to break and go after and, you know, call out Dana White and say, what the fuck?
He should.
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, man. Francis is like, man, he's in mid-30s now. You know, there's just so much time. He can keep that muscle on his body. He's getting old.
Yeah.
He wants to kill people. Let him. I don't know. But then again, it's a weird situation because you got money talks, you know.
According to Carl Robinson, Alexander K. Lee of MMA Fighting, Carl Robinson versus Dalcha Lungjiambula is off of UFC 256 due to positive COVID-19 test.
Oh, come on, Connor.
So that is another fight that has been off of UFC 256 card, Moss. Carl Robinson versus Dalcha Lungjiambula.
Crow with the Ronda. Yes. Let's sing! Come on, Ronda! Come on, Ronda! Let's come! Come on, Ronda! Come on, Ronda!
What?
This crow.
Fuck that shit, we can't only go 9 minutes. Save that show or I'm coming over there, Moss, and I'm going to come on you. Oh, and fuck you, Kevin.
Well, I mean, that's not really talking us into it. It was after the buzzer, Chrome. Come on, rules are rules. The question is, do we allow those 12 minutes with the time winding down, Jesse?
You know what my answer always is, Moss. But I don't want to look like a jackass, so I guess. But next time it's going to be a no. You're wasting your 12 minutes.
Imagine we just did 12 minutes
That's
of clapping.
really, like...
That would be hilarious if we just did, like, I should loop the clap so it's just like a long-ass 12-minute clap. Thank you, Grum. Appreciate that. All right. Back into the news. Back into it.
All right, so yeah, I just Lung Jiambula is off the card. That's the third or fourth fight that's canceled on UFC 256.
All
So,
right.
Julian Robertson, Lung Jiambula.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Save the snow.
The snow. Well, if you look on our TikTok, that's right, the MMA Holes TikTok, you may find a little snow over there. Thank you, D-Rest. We saved it. We found snow in our TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
So,
My favorite app of all time.
just to recap, who is off the card? Lung
Yeah.
Jiambula fight, the Jillian Robertson fight, Angela Hill, and Li Jingliang or Jingliang or something, however the fuck you pronounce his name. Those are the 4 fights that are off the card, Moss.
Okay, let's go over this again. Who? Oh, it's the Shep! It's the Shep with the Angelo! Angelo! Michael Angelo! Michael Angelo!
Watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend. Heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. Steely girlfriend. Time out, trolls. Welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Lost and grown, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room's stoned. Hold up, save the show, for the tales will be told about Michael Angelo.
That's from Uncle Shep.
It's very late to save and I can't see well, but please stay. Cheers, holes. Raised fist. Victory hand.
I really hate when you guys do this to me. There's 5 minutes for a reason, guys. You can't just come in. I'm going to make this very clear. I'm going to make it very clear. This does not happen next week. If after 5 minutes you guys decide to come in because you didn't want to do it during the 5 minutes, the answer will be no. Give them the 20 minutes. But fucking it. Thank you, Uncle Shep. I do appreciate the donation. This is more generalized, not specifically to you. And D-Rest, stop fucking talking shit in there. I could fucking expose you. You don't even want to play with me, D-Rest. Don't play, bro. You shut your trap. How about you shut your little fingers, D-Rest? Oh my god.
It's Christmas! It's fucking Christmas! It's Christmas time! We're going longer! We're gonna open up the phone lines! We're going in deep! Shep saving it! Chrome saving it! We're breaking the rules tonight! Merry Christmas! Oh, oh, oh!
Alright, well, I don't have any more stories, Moss, to cover the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
Well,
Hello, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name and what's on your mind?
What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
No way!
Drunk Savage. What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
I can't believe you're calling right now. Drunk Savage, what's on your mind?
Not much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I have a respect for everybody in the chat.
MMA-HOLES.
Vlad's one of them. Kevin from Chicago. AMH, I mean the knitter.
I'm just enjoying this.
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Billy.
We have Sean Hart.
Anything I want. What's up, man?
What's up, Pulse?
Oh, it's Justin Jr.
Fuck you, Chrome.
So Kainoda.
Lord.
RX.
Mark Rowe, Heavy Michael Rowe, Indy Russ, Sean Man, Vigo, Big Bob, Basically Dragon White, Nick C, Vigo Southern Country Don, Shannon Stewart, Bro Helio, Ben Chimmons, VC 2.0, Peter Please,
Jeremiah. Hey, Lee W. Michelangelo.
MMA-HOLES.
Man, what a wonderful, wonderful community.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I feel it. I feel good. I feel sexy. I feel swole. He said later slap nuts.
I
All right.
like biting your shoulder.
I know. I had to go to the bathroom and wipe your face off my shoulder, too.
What?
Nah, that's all right. I still love you, Jesse. You're the best.
I spit on you.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
JBH, you forget I'm a part-time member of the predominant white race. The rules don't apply to Big Daddy Chrome.
True.
Save the show.
I forgot the rules don't apply, right?
All right.
Not to Chrome.
516-522-0267. Call the holes. Be immortalized on a Monday night. Be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chudesno. Tomas, how'd you figure out the phones?
I didn't. We'll see if they work.
Oh.
Well, now I don't know because I had them set up beforehand. So that with that being opened, could have been a little snag. So we'll find
why
out.
would that have any effect?
Because you might have opened. We'll see. 516-522-0267 is the number if you'd like to call the MMA
I can
holes.
test call. You want me to test call?
No, I did it before the show, and then you opened up another.
Oh.
Good. Okay.
250, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hey, Chris. Hey, Jesse. How are you guys doing?
Is this two joints?
This is 2 joints finally. 4 fucking weeks and I finally get in the fucking lines,
What
man. Rock and roll.
happened?
Are you?
We were trying to block.
I don't know,
but-
man.
Oh, good.
I don't know, man. It's pretty sketchy. We're not going to get into details, but just from some of the attitudes from some of the other people, I really don't care anymore. I'm just glad I got through because, I mean, if I acted like those 2 fuckheads, man, life wouldn't be a good place. But I'm just happy to get through.
Wait,
That's all I'm really trying to say.
Wait, this sounds dramatic. Who are we talking about?
I don't know. We're not playing fucking soap opera, but if you want to call in 4 or 5 times and screw it up for everybody else that wants to get in once, that just makes it not fun anymore. But I'm really kind of glad I got to call in though, because I feel better about it already. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why should 4 or 5 people hog the fucking lines over 2 hours? Like, spread it out. I'm going to talk for another 30 seconds, and that's pretty much about it. So how are you feeling, Jesse?
I see what you did there. Hog the calls.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's all good, man. Oh, wow. Yeah, the fights were crazy on the weekend. That was just incredible. I mean, holy shit, buddy got fucking body slammed in the next month already. Holy shit, eh?
You know what I thought of? I just thought of this right now. You sound like a Canadian David Letterman. Have you ever got that before?
What?
David Letterman?
Yeah, Canadian.
You know what?
Yeah. What?
Moss, if you see me in real life, I look like Bryan Adams, to be honest with you, man. He's a Canadian fucking music hero, but I mean...
Can you pull up a picture of Bryan Adams so I can see who we're talking
I don't know.
to?
Isn't David Letterman Jewish, man?
Yeah, but for some reason the delivery, I keep on thinking of Evil Dave when he used to call the Howard Stern show, and for some reason I'm getting.
No way! Oh, I love Howard Stern, man. I watch tons of fucking reruns and shit like that, like Artie Lang and everybody else, man. It used to be so much fun, but Howard just got fucking Jewier and skinnier and more greedier, and then just fucked everything up. So.
Did you know? I just found out how. Oh wait, are you clicking buttons over there? Oh, calm down, 2 joints. Did you know that Howard Stern is this is his last year? He might not be
Oh
doing
no,
it
he's
anymore.
finally going to retire, eh?
No, he's not.
I don't know.
He has $100 million waiting for him if he signs this new contract. It's crazy.
Oh, you look like this guy?
Hold on. I didn't put it up yet.
This is Bryan Adams?
This is
Wait.
Two Joint Adams.
Wait, do you look like old Bryan Adams or young Bryan Adams?
Like young, like from back in the day. Like I mean,
that's old Bryan
like I'm not George Clooney or George Costanza. I'm just a regular Canadian. You know what I mean? There's no.
It's
just been awful. Like it's fucking snowing here, and there's still no hockey. I mean, I know it's going to start up in January, but like that hockey night in Canada was always on Saturday nights at 4:00, and it's just been not much else to watch. So thank God you guys are at least on. So.
Yeah. I got to say, Two Joints. Now that I can put a face to the name, I feel so much more personal talking to you.
Well, I mean, no, this is just cool, man. But I mean, like I said, I'm not going to take the phone lines up for too much longer. But just a little word of advice, like. If we all just want to get along, make a little 2-minute, 3-minute call, do your shit, and then pass the phone lines on to some other people, right? Like let's just be common sense about it, and then everybody gets along, right?
Yeah. Now,
does that make sense, Chris?
Well, would it make you feel better if we like every time like Kevin called in, we hung up on him?
No. See, that's not the answer. The answer is just if everybody acts and plays the same way, whether you're 13 or you're 30, let's just all do everything the same way, and then we'll all get along, and everybody gets to call in and have a good time, because that's what it's about, right? So.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So I'll leave it on that note.
Okay.
You guys are the best, Chris and Jesse, and all the best to the chatters, okay? I'll talk to you later.
All right, take
Two
care.
Joints. Thank you. That was Two Joints.
That was very nice, being able to see Two Joints' face.
Listen, he's not wrong.
I agree. I've told you this a million times.
He is not wrong.
I believe that if they call in more than an inappropriate amount of times, we should just fucking hang up on them.
I would say if you're gonna call in, write your notes down, jot the questions or your points, hit those points, and then let other people call. Now, if the phone lines run dry, which they have done before, then you come in for a second or third time. But if everyone is trying to call in, let some others. I mean, he's calling from Canada, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
That's all the way in Canada. 516-522-0267.
Very far away, right, Moss?
It's all the way over there in Canada.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hey, good luck is calling you in.
Good luck. Have you ever called in before?
Good luck.
Good luck.
I did one time, but I didn't have a proper mic, and I was you guys fucked me over.
Oh, we fucked you over. Well, we fuck everybody over at some point, so.
It's not my job to get you a proper mic there, Mr. Caller.
I know. So my question for you guys is, what do you think the co-main event this weekend is, where do you think that ranks for the lightweight title?
So you're saying, where do they stand? Like, whoever wins that fight, do they fight?
Well, like Oliveira, where do you think he stands overall? And same with Tony Ferguson, if he wins or loses, or with either or wins or loses. Where do you think they stand overall? Like, they both have ridiculous resumes, and yeah.
Listen, if this belt is indeed vacated, then the winner of that fight should fight the winner of Poirier and McGregor. That's what I think, at least. If it's vacated.
Okay. And second question, so Oliveira, he has the record for you name it when it comes to finishes, and he's like, Cerrone's the only one on his tail, and then like Royce Gracie for submissions, right? So for Hall of Fame status, do you think he's there already, or do you think he needs to keep going?
What do you think?
Oof. Hall of Fame status. I wouldn't argue it. Like, if they came out and said that, he made it into the Hall of Fame, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's ridiculous.
Why do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame? What's your reasoning?
It's tough for me, because when it comes,
I got plenty of reasons.
When it comes to the Hall of Fame, you want to look at accomplishments and things like that, and I would argue that he's accomplished quite enough in his career.
I think like a Cowboys.
He's the most underrated fighter in the lightweight division.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing with Ferguson. I thought before he fought Gaethje, I really thought he was the guy that could be the problem for Khabib. And then I saw the Gaethje fight, and I was like, you know what? This might not, maybe a little younger, but right now I don't see it. Yes, he has that long-ass win streak, and yes, he is a badass. The guy is so much fun.
His striking has gotten so much better in the past 3 years, and then before that, his grappling was ridiculous, right? So they haven't really given him competition. He's just been beating the fuck out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, this might be because of his age at this moment. It's tough. It's really tough because I don't really think. I mean, if Khabib's
how old is he? He's like 30,
37, I think.
Let me
36.
check. I'll check for you.
No, not Khabib. I'm talking Oliveira. Sorry.
Oh, Oliveira. Hold on a second. I was talking Ferguson. Hold on a second. Now I'm really confused.
No, dude, Ferguson is definitely like past his prime.
Okay, I apologize.
Oliveira's 31.
I apologize. We're talking Oliveira.
31. Okay.
So you're talking
See,
Oliveira.
I'm 32. So I respect all these 31-year-olds, right?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm sorry.
They're coming up in there. It's like.
Listen, I'm apologizing.
So wait, are you talking about Oliveira being in the Hall of Fame then?
Yeah, you completely missed it.
Yes.
See, I zoned out for a second. I apologize. You're saying Oliveira Hall of Fame?
He's the one who has all the records and he has all the finishes. Tony Ferguson had a lot of wins, but he doesn't have the records.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Oliveira has more submissions than Royce Gracie. Come on now.
Yeah. No good. No mas for me.
Yeah, I don't think I would put him in the Hall of Fame, to be honest.
But here's the thing. He's still young. He's still young, and if he continues this charge up and grabs a strap and maybe defends a couple of times.
Even with the most submissions in the UFC and has the record, you wouldn't put him in there.
No. You know why?
Okay.
You know,
Fair enough. That was my question.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. If you go up to Joe Schmo that's an average MMA fan, you say Charles Oliveira, Hall of Famer, what are they going to say? They're going to be like, nah. They don't even know who he is, half of these people, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's the most underrated fighter because no one knows who he is. He has the most finishes,
Let me be
most
the
submissions.
matchmaker at 185.
Hold on one second.
Paulo versus Jared, both coming off losers, both top 3 makes sense. Vettori versus Whittaker for number 1 contender fight. Have Jen fight Izzy and make Vettori versus Whittaker co-main, and winner of that fights Izzy at 185.
Okay, while we have...
I like Paulo Jared for some reason.
So what's your name, caller?
Greg.
Greg. Okay, Greg. While we have you on the line, you're gonna be the third host right now. Okay, you mind?
All right.
Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. So Crazy HD Vids comes in, and Jesse, what did he say?
He said, let me be the matchmaker at 185. Paulo versus Jared, both coming off losses, both top 3 makes sense. Then Vettori versus Whittaker for number 1 contender fight, and have Jan fight Izzy and make Vettori versus Whittaker co-main, and winner of that fights Izzy at 185.
What do you think? Did you hear that?
I like that.
It's not bad.
I like it a lot. I like the Paulo Jared idea.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Instead of Paulo
Both guys
Vettori.
look like shit in their last fight. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Paulo was getting a bunch of fucking like paper bags to begin with, and they were beat before they even got in the ring. And then when he had to fight someone real, like Yoel, or like he stepped up for the Yoel fight, but like come on now, that was like he was fighting a 40-some-odd-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So let's be realistic with his competition. What is he, 12-0 or 12-1 now or something like that? I'm not sure. But his competition compared to Israel's was very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at like the strike, because Paulo's a striker and Israel is a striker too, but like look at his resume for striking, right?
Yeah, there wasn't enough evidence, and a lot of people just jumped on that beautiful body and face and his glistening muscles with all the oil on him and stuff like that. Beautiful human being, but that's not enough. And Izzy made him look like a fool. Yeah, like I mean, listen, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Everyone got shut up. All those Paulo bandwagon riders over there. They just took an L.
You think that he was like? What do you think was going on with his pec? What do you guys think was going on?
Oh,
with
but is he?
Guys,
steroids.
No, there was a freaking. What did you find, Moss? Moss found
My
something.
little brother has pecs like that, but I think it's because he did fucking steroids in high school.
No, Moss found something about marijuana actually causing an enlargement in breast for some people.
Buy that.
I smoke weed every day for like 15 years.
No,
so.
it's a rare thing, and it only happens for some people. And Moss came across something that I can't remember what it was. He came across something, and I didn't believe it. That shit is valid. Like. That's valid. Like, it doesn't happen to everybody, and it's very rare.
Yeah, to be honest, weed affects everybody differently, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to do it unless they know it affects them good.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
But I use it as a medicine, and it like affects me positively. So, yeah, I don't recommend it for anybody unless it's like they know that it works for them, right?
Whoa.
But I did trial and error, and the trial worked pretty good.
And no saggy titties.
No saggy titties. No.
Okay. It's good. All right, well, listen, this is a pleasure having you on. Our third host. Everyone say hello to Greg, the third host of the MMA Holes. Fantastic job.
All right, look at that.
Yes, thank you very
You
much.
guys have a good night.
You too.
I want to let someone else get through here.
So, I just want to say,
Wonderful.
to Kevin, who's being a big baby in the chat, Two Joints was referring to you because you call in, stay on the line for 15 minutes, and then call in again 5 minutes later to stay on the line for 15 more minminutes. This guy has never called in before, only like once before, and he couldn't even call. So stop fucking complaining like a big baby.
Oliveira as Hall of Fame. That's kind of like out of the blue, right?
I wouldn't do it. Justin Jr., what's up, man?
Hey, how are you guys?
How you doing, Justin?
Wonderful. How are you?
Justin, can you read us a quick news story?
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to, there'd be a delay on the call.
Go for it.
I like that. No, not now. I'm all right. You know what? Yeah, it's not enough time. But yeah, I think in the future, Justin Jr. is the new. How about Greg as the third host? Justin Jr. as our news. We got like a full squad here, Jesse.
Yes.
We're
making a team.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, man. Let's go. All right, Justin, what do you got?
Man, I've seen people, you know, the word around town. Yoel Romero has been cut. You know, when I heard the news, I was pissed. When I heard Dana cut him and it wasn't Yoel asking to be released, I was even more pissed until I looked into it, until I started thinking about it more. You know, I think they cut him because he's never going to be a threat for the belt. He's old. You know, Marvin Vettori, let's say Marvin Vettori in his next fight gets knocked out by Yoel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they can't use that potential fight Marvin Vettori. I think Yoel beats most of these up-and-coming guys, and they just wanted to cut him, you know, because, I don't know, he was never going to win the belt. You know, if he does, how old is he, 43, 44, what can he do with it? So, you know, as a fan, I'd love to see Yoel, you know, big name, not just a big name, fantastic fight style apart from that fight with Izzy. But business, I can see why they did it.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it does bother me. This is a tough one. This is a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll be competing in another organization, but it won't be like the UFC.
Yeah.
And how about last week's fights, man? How about Jordan Levitt? You know, this guy's got attitude. You know, the personality's there. They can really market this guy. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of some of the post-fight dances he does. I think it's a little weird, but I don't want to get into it. I don't want to, you know, make anybody angry. So,
do you think he's gay? Honest, Justin. We need a youngster.
I don't have any.
Be honest.
I don't have anything against gay people. I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
Listen, there's nothing. I love gay people. I really.
You either think he is or you think he isn't.
I wish he was. He apparently is not gay because he's married with a kid. But I think that if this guy was gay, he would be a freaking superstar. I really do believe it.
Yeah. Maybe he's just a very flamboyant straight man.
Look at Izzy. Izzy's a fan. He's a superstar.
Stop it. Izzy is not gay.
Right, Justin?
No, I don't think Izzy's gay, but, you know, I know a few gay female UFC athletes. Shanna, and then a few others. Sajara Eubanks is also gay, but I don't know any gay male UFC athlete, so that'd definitely be the first. You know, he's marketable in that aspect. And Forrest Griffin said he's a male cheerleader. That's basically saying you're gay, but I don't want to accuse you or assume that you're gay. So I'm just going to say you're a male cheerleader. I mean,
wait, hold on. Forrest Griffin? What did he say?
Forrest Griffin called him, you know, this guy's basically a male cheerleader.
Did he really?
Oh, I think. Wait, were you the one who posted that? Did you share that somewhere? I saw. I think I saw what you're talking about.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't share it anywhere, I don't think, but the UFC made a video. It was specifically on Jordan Levitt and how weird he is.
Yeah.
And
Forrest versus Till Shabazian versus Hall.
Brunson versus Till and Shabazian versus Hall.
Shabazian versus Hall.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, Hall's got he's got Weidman.
Yeah, he's got a fight coming up. But I like Shabazian, and then if Hall wins, then.
But Brunson versus Till was supposed to happen. Sorry, Justin. That was Crazy HD coming in with a dono.
What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I like both those fights.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying on Levitt, the male cheerleader thing. The UFC specifically did a video on him, but I wanted to rattle through this card quickly. I don't want to spend too much time. How about Gabriel Benitez knocking out my buddy James? I definitely felt that one, but James, I did pick against him in this fight because he's just one of those fighters that's round one or bust, kind of like Spike Carlisle, kind of like Alonzo Menafield. Just, Francis Ngannou maybe there, just if he doesn't get that round one knockout, he will gas. And, Gabriel Benitez actually knocked him out a round earlier than I thought. James was starting to slow down with the body kicks and the knees early on. And, knee to the solar plexus did it. I did see, a few people on Twitter saying, James, you quit, blah, blah, blah. You take a good knee to the solar plexus from a professional fighter. I don't care who you are, you're going down. I mean, it was horrible to see, but, I did see it coming. James is, I don't know, man. I mean, he knocked out Camacho. Is that saying much? Camacho's a bomb. And Vettori, that fight basically played out exactly how I thought it'd be. Actually, I thought it was going to be much closer, but I did see the path to victory for Vettori. I took Vettori decision. I thought Vettori was going to keep the fight standing, outstrike Hermansson, and then defend the takedowns. And I felt like Vettori was going to control Hermansson on the ground when he defended it. Hermansson, I gave him third, and that was questionable. Yep.
Hermansson, listen, credit to you for picking Vettori, and now we know why he was the favorite in that fight. Looked very good. When he stuffed those takedowns, what was it, in the second round or third round? I can't remember what it was. You notice that Hermansson completely abandoned ship. I think Hermansson should have kept shooting. I think he should have just kept going for it.
Yeah.
He just got stopped, and he got frustrated. He's like, okay, I'll stand and bang. And that totally played in Vittori's game plan, and Vettori looked fantastic.
Yeah. It was actually the second round, I believe it was, that Vettori defended the takedowns in round one, dropped Hermansson, almost finished the fight, and then, Glide also told me that Hermansson should have shot him for more, but, and Hermansson did here and there, but then it was basically, I'm going to, plot forward and, basically try to brawl it out, and, Hermansson is not a better striker than Vettori. I think we can all agree on that. And how about this? The one factor I was really scared for Vettori, this is his first 5-round fight. We don't know how he'll do. We don't know how his cardio will fare. I've seen fights where he's been, slowing down late in the third, and man, he really did impress me for it being his first 5-rounder.
Hold on a second. We got a donation. Hold that thought. It's DVS coming in.
Just 2 more days and some change for Cyberpunk 2077 to come out, and I can make my character into a big titty mommy with a huge penis.
Oh.
Also, it looks like Dana is looking to cut all the old guys from the youth in before Glover gets cut to make room for Izzy.
Oh, man. Could you imagine they cut Glover? Oh, my.
No, they're not going to do it now. He's proved himself too
guys,
much.
I think we're getting the wrong idea. I've seen people say, Sam Alvey, you're gone, which you idiots. If you actually keep up with Sam Alvey's Instagram, he took a video about a few weeks ago saying he got a new contract. And then I've seen them say Woodley's gone. It's guys that, and trust me, the people like, a couple bums will get cut. The people like, what's his name? That guy that got slammed. Shoot. Matt Wyman, those people will get cut. But guys like Woodley who are there and they have name value and they're not really a threat to any of the younger prospects, they won't get cut.
Yeah.
Sam Alvey is a gatekeeper in the middleweight division, which is starting to get weak. I think people are just looking to guys that, maybe...
Garlic Volante.
Volante. What about him?
Volante will probably get cut, but like I said, it's guys that are a threat to the prospects that are just never going to get that belt. And it's also the guys like Volante and Matt Wyman that are just garbage, and they don't even deserve to be in Bellator at this point. But yeah, that's basically it. I'd let it go a little bit longer. My bad.
Yeah. All right, Justin, listen, the clock is winding down. We want to squeeze one more call in. Any last thoughts?
No last thoughts. All I'm going to say is UFC 256. It's going to be a good card. You guys take it easy. Good night.
All right.
Night, Justin.
516-522-0267. We'll squeeze another one in here, unless it's a quick point, and we'll move on to another. 3 minutes left, and thank you to those who saved the show. That is absolutely wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Really appreciate that. That was very nice of you guys to do that. Means a lot. Hit the like button if you haven't hit it. We got 133 still hanging. Second channel. Main channel's going to be back very, very soon.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Unknown caller. Okay. 516-522-0267. Let's see.
Poor Ann keeps trying to get in.
Ann's coming in?
She keeps trying and
Well, we'll see. We'll
looks
see.
like she's not getting through.
Yeah, it's probably a little jammed up. Sorry about that, guys. 516-522-0267. If you can't, just try to get in. Just keep going. Not sure. That sucks.
Moss, we should just sit here silently until the phone rings.
Okay. Like the advice line?
Yes.
We'll be live.
707, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
707? What's going on? What the fuck's going on here? 516. That's really weird. I hope that this thing didn't get scrambled. 516-522-0267. 2 calls in a row with no... What the fuck?
Probably the same caller.
That's really strange. Hello. Hello.
It's the knitter! What's up, Ann?
Well, I'm tired.
You tired?
What you doing, Ann? You're creeping me out a little bit.
I was busy dusting before the show. I wore myself out.
You were dusting? What were you wearing while you were dusting, Ann?
Moss, don't ask her that.
I'm thinking French maid outfit, Ann. Is this what you were wearing?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
He was cutting down limbs outside. I was parading in front of the window.
What was he doing outside?
Cutting down big, huge limbs off our tree outside our house.
Cutting limbs.
Mike's a real man. I could see him out there.
The saw.
When do you see him doing like manly stuff out there? Do you get all like you know what I'm talking about, Ann? Do you get a little excited about that?
I get a little excited, but I get worried too because those are some big limbs he was cutting, and he was on the ladder.
It's a real man.
Were you
Don't
afraid
worry.
he was gonna get smushed?
Yes, that's why I would check on him once go out the window.
And whenever Mike H goes to the grocery store, do you ever like, or like if he just has to go run an errand or something, and you know it's not going to be far and it's only like 5 minutes, do you ever like sit at home and fear and just like sit in complete anxiety until he gets back?
That's just you, Jesse.
Like you're afraid something's gonna happen to him.
Jesse just thinks the worst.
So you sit there like biting your nails.
That's fine if she worries about it. She cares about it. I don't. I mean, I know he's going to be back with him. We text or something to each other. So yeah.
Or if he doesn't text you to say got here safely, then you start freaking out because something happened to him.
Jesse. Normal human beings. Actually, Ann's like, stay a little longer.
Yeah, basically, I say stay a little longer and keep shopping, Mike. After being here for since April, no work. We're kind of
Jessie would she would chain me to the stove and make sure that I don't leave. Like she thinks the worst. Anytime I leave, she thinks the worst thing possible is going to happen. Isn't that great?
Well, I'm just
very optimistic. All right, Ann, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Just waiting for the fights this weekend. Again, so be good. Like you said, expect like at least 2 to 3 fights to be canceled on the card, or
it's a rough.
That's the way it is.
It's a really.
Gonna
rough
have my
one.
family at the casino though this weekend, so that's gonna be good.
Are you doing a casino?
Nice. We can go there. We can actually have. Yes.
That's great.
You have to be apart. Only 4 people at a table, and you have to be You have to be apart, but that's okay.
And who do you have in the main event?
Let me see. Oh. I'm moving around, damn it.
What do you think about Gilbert Melendez coming back versus Mackenzie Dern?
Wait, put that up there.
Okay, hold
Oh
on.
my God, little Cubby.
Little Cubby? All right, hold on a second.
Oh, I
Now-
gotta pick Cubby.
Okay.
I like Cubby.
The little guys. Figueiredo
Yeah.
versus Moreno. Main event. Figueiredo coming back.
Who's the one that sounds kind of got the squeaky voice? Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno's he's like McLovin. Mexican McLovin.
Yeah,
I like him.
I'll go for Moreno. Yeah, I'll go for the other guy.
I'm curious. That'd be pretty badass though. Figueiredo defends, 2 pay-per-views in a row. The first one to ever do it. Like that is a pretty badass move. And we know that Figueiredo has a tough time hitting that 125. So I would have a lot of respect for this man for doing it. You're not seeing Mighty Mouse doing that. You're not seeing anyone doing that. That's pretty wild.
Not that fast of a turnaround. Yeah, well, hopefully he'll be able to do it.
Yeah,
be able to make it. I'm sure he will.
Got to teach him some English. Once he learns English, this kid's going to forget it. Right now, we can't understand a word he's saying, so this is a problem. He's like, yes.
Hey.
Yeah. Defend. Belt. Okay. Anyway, what about Tony Ferguson? You think he bounces back with Oliveira?
I hope so. I like Tony. I really do. I think he can. Oliveira, you never know with him because Oliveira kind of, he does good one and next time he's not doing so good, in the fights, but you just never know about him. I hope so. I like Tony still and Max. I still like them.
It's more exciting to see Tony win. Although if Oliveira wins, now you're like, holy crap, this guy. Oliveira is the real deal. The guy looks fantastic. He's fun to watch. But if Tony does win this, now you're throwing him back in the mix for that belt, and it's interesting. It's pretty interesting. But
yep.
Either way,
really interesting.
Either way, we're lucky, right? But either fighter is going to work out very nicely. All right, and listen, we are out of time here tonight. Is there anything you would like to leave us with?
Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. I love all the MMA-HOLES. Hey, 2 joints. Canada.
Eh?
He's now known as Brian Adams. Yes. All right, Ann. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Love you.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
As Ann H, the best. That's the best way to end the show. By the way, I'm going to tell a quick story, then we're going to leave. We were watching this movie last night. It was an MMA movie.
Yes.
Starring Steven Dorff.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Now, if you don't know who Steven Dorff is, he was the villain in Blade, the first one. Steven Dorff's been in a gazillion movies. He played a Conor McGregor type character, but not.
He played Conor McGregor.
It was weird. An overboard. I don't know. What was the movie called?
Embattled.
Embattled.
Yeah.
Did anyone in the chat see the movie Embattled?
I have to say, without spoiling anything, it got relatively better reviews than what I would have given it.
It got great reviews. So we're like, hey, let's give this a shot. The trailer looks like complete hot dog shit. And some of these YouTube reviews were actually really good. So we're like, okay, let's watch it. It's not that good.
It's all right. It has moments.
Bad.
It has moments, but
Bad.
I wouldn't have given it that positive of a review.
Anyway, it is refreshing to see MMA, as a movie. I'm into that. Tyron Woodley was in it, and Kenny Florian was in it as well. So it's fun to see, to the big screen, the mixed martial arts. I like seeing that. But at the same time, it's not Warrior. Warrior way better. It's called Embattled?
Embattled. E-M-B, or Battled.
You could find it online. Super easy to get. Embattled.
Yeah.
Not Netflix, no. But if you go to the
it's not hard.
dark web.
Yeah, just
you can get a good copy of it. Yeah, Embattled is the name of it. Steven Dorff plays the father of this young kid that is an MMA fighter, and basically, if you watch the trailer, you'll see he's just not a good dad. He's a real piece of shit, and yeah. Anyway, while this movie was on, we were watching this. Jesse looked down for a second, and we see this flash of light.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've ever, Jeremiah, if you're in the chat, maybe you could help us out with this. I have never in my life seen anything like this. The whole room just like bright ass flash of light.
Aliens.
And I'm like, and I looked at it, I'm like, did you see that? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what the hell was that? Didn't come from the windows, didn't come from the TV. It just, like real quick. Then I'm looking online, I'm like, what in the hell could that possibly be? I think it's aliens. I'm just going to say it. I think there's aliens here. I think they visited us. Something happened here, Jesse. I have never in my life ever seen it. And the weirdest thing is, like I said, Jesse was looking down and still saw the flash.
Yeah.
It was so bright. Does anyone let us know in the chat or the comment section down below what the hell that was? Please. Crazy. Ghost? Aliens? The fuck is that? Then I have a little mark over here on my sides over there. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Jesse, take us away.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for your contributions tonight and for supporting the show. As always, we will be live again on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for TGIW. We may have a guest, we may not. We don't know yet. Either way, guys, you know the drill. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-hole.